All right, I could see I am live. I am early. Please give me a few minutes here for this to get with the algorithms, so to speak. Um, I'm waiting for Google or Yahoo or whoever to get up to snuff as far as my connection speeds and things of that nature. It may take a minute or two here because I know that this is running slow as usual. That's YouTube and Google for you. Okay, I guess everything is looking good, and I guess I am up and running. Excuse my hacking. Gotta clear my lungs. I wish there was a way I could get the blood clots out of my lungs. That's one reason why um, I'm coughing the way I do. Um, let's see. How shall we start? Well, I'll put it this way. The title to this video, this live stream, is I have warned you, and you, and you. I warned you all. I have been warning people for the past few years, and even 6 months ago, I had warned you people about the things I am about to speak about today. Now, we have all seen how there are banks that are failing. There have been about a half a dozen already that have failed across the United States. Now, what's going to happen? Well, I'll tell you what. There's a few things that are going to happen here. As our interest rates are high, they say it's to lower inflation. To be truthful with you all, it's not going to lower inflation one single bit. What it is going to do is it is going to raise the prices of everything you purchase, from gasoline and diesel for your vehicle to food prices going another 10 to 50% by the end of July. Now, this isn't shoulda, coulda, but it is woulda gonna happen, or what is about to happen. Now, you see, it's not just these banks here in the United States, it's all the world central banking system. All the countries around the world are all involved in this world central banking system. The bad part is there are some countries, as of now, and in the past month here, that are getting out of this world central banking system. Why? Because they see that the United States fiat dollar is not strong like it was once. How should I say, once was? You have to remember the United States fiat dollar was a gold backed dollar. As a matter of fact, heck, back in the 1940s and such, there was dollar bills that were actually silver certificates where you could trade in those dollar bills for silver, and whatever the silver was worth, That's what they would pay you in silver out of that dollar or $5 or $10 or $20 bill, whichever kind of bill it was, which was considered a silver certificate. Then that changed. Well, what did they do? Well, they went with the gold back dollar. In Fort Knox is where they used to keep the gold, which was fine and dandy. The only problem was there was one mischievous president, excuse the way I spoke, and that president was Richard Nixon. He was the man that took the gold standard off of the United States fiat dollar. So, in other words, that made the gold pretty much, excuse me, I'm misspeaking. In other words, that makes the US fiat dollar almost worthless. And that's when our government started printing that money like it was going out of style. Well, then what did we do? Well, that US dollar turned into a petrodollar once we started producing all kinds of oil and shipping it to other countries, as well as gasoline and diesel that we were shipping to other countries. Then it became the fiat dollar. The fiat dollar, which became the petrodollar. Now, the petrodollar was pretty good and it was strong. Never had an issue with it right up until President Trump. When President Trump ended his stand in the White House, who did we have that came around and killed the petrodollar? Yes, you guessed it. President Bozo Biden, that corrupt man himself. The whole family is corrupt. They'll go ahead and get into oil deals with China, oil deals with Ukraine. But when it comes to the United States, oh no, we have to stop all oil production. So, what happens now that we are no longer a petrodollar? Well, I'll tell you what, the petrodollar is done because Joe Bozo Biden went and stopped using our oil, and now our petrodollar has died. Now, what do? Well, our government's there printing more money, but it's worthless. Your average dollar today, $1 bill, is only worth 83 cents. And it's getting worse because it's going to drop even less than that. Why I state that? Well, you have right now Saudi Arabia, which is no longer going to accept the dollar as payment for oil. Venezuela does not want to use the dollar for payment for oil. And you have Bozo Biden who's going country to country. Please, please sell us your oil. Well, you know what? It's not going to happen. You know why? Because these countries can now go and use their own currencies, whether it be China with their yen or whatever you want to call it, whether it be Venezuela or Russia that wants the rubies, however you want to look at the ruble, I'm sorry, but however you want to look at it, basically, the US dollar, since we don't sell oil to these countries anymore, is just a piece of paper that you can wipe your butt with because that's all it's going to be worth before long. The United States fiat dollar is going to be worthless. All these countries are going to use their own currencies to purchase oil from other countries. Now, there's only one way that we can actually avoid this, and that is if Bozo Biden decides that he wants to go ahead and start producing oil once again in the United States. If we do that, then we can sell our oil. We have enough oil to last well over 450 years. We will all be dead and gone. And then this bozo, they want to go ahead and restrict you in these new apartments that they are building and going with electric stoves. They want to eliminate the gas and propane stoves in your apartments and your homes. Now, I hate to say this, but natural gas and propane gas are the cleanest burning fuels we have today. There's nothing better. But yet they want you to go ahead and purchase electric stoves and such. Everything they want electric. This green energy deal, what's that going to do? They can't even keep the power on throughout this country for what we have at this time now. Now, figure out like this. If you go with this green energy deal, you would have to cover the state of Wisconsin from east to west, north to south of that state, that whole state, just with solar panels to try and produce enough energy just for that state alone. They do not have the battery capacity to produce enough power to cover all of these people just in one state. And now you want all these electric vehicles. Okay, take these electric vehicles and you go plug them in, and guess what? The electric companies say, oh, sorry, brownout or blackout. Can't do no charging on your vehicle from 8 o'clock at night until 6 in the morning. Oh, okay. Well, it takes almost 12 to 24 hours to charge your electric vehicles. Okay. So much for your green energy if you got no power to charge those batteries in that electric car. Now, I kind of don't have a problem with solar because I run half of my RV on solar. It will run my laptop here. It'll run my television, which is a 50-inch television. It'll run my stereo system. It'll run half of my RV. The only thing that it will not run in this RV is when I have my AC on. And the only way that will work is if I purchase more batteries for my solar panels that I have right now. I do have a 4,000 watt inverter that is a 60 amp inverter. My solar panels also run a full size refrigerator and my outside lighting in the evening from sundown until 10:30 at night when the lights go off. Everything else will still work fine. So I don't have too much of a problem with solar. However, this Green New Deal, that last infrastructure package that they passed, which was well over $1.8 trillion in that area, guess what? That money went for this Green New Deal that Bozo Biden has put into effect. What good is that going to do you? They have nothing set up, and they're always taking that money and just throwing it out there. Now, what's that going to do for you and me? As far as I'm concerned, it's not helping you and me. And all these bazillions of dollars that they're sending over to Ukraine, oh, that's just one big money laundering ordeal right there. That money's going through there to Ukraine, going into their banks, and funneling right back to these politicians and these elites right now. You have Bozo Biden is pushing for these World Economic Forum. He wants to be one of the leaders, so he says. The only thing he knows how to lead is falling up and down stairs. I think he better go back to his basement and eat his ice cream and jello, okay? Now, to get back to what I was talking about. Now, we're talking about the banks failing. And I've warned you people for quite a while. The Federal Reserve and the United States banking system in July, they're even saying even a possibility of as early as here coming up in April, that they're going to start producing to our banks, the big banks in the United States. They're going to come up with a card that is called the Fed Now card. That card's going to be like your regular banking ATM card or your credit cards like Visa and MasterCard and such. The only problem is you can do all your purchasing you want for now. Once they get everything in control, guess what's going to happen? You want to go to your store, you want to purchase food, right? Well, say you buy, say, 4 pounds of hamburger, bag of potatoes, some soups, rice, whatever. You go to the cash register. You use your card to check out. All of a sudden, a red flag comes up. Declined. Declined. Why? Oh, sir, it says here that you got too much hamburger this month. You cannot purchase that this month. They're going to control what you buy, when you can buy it, and if you can buy it. They're going to control that, all of that. Oh, you want to purchase you need a new refrigerator because your refrigerator took a crap, huh? Guess what? You go to the appliance store. Too much. You can't go with that full-size fridge. You can purchase an apartment-sized refrigerator, but not that double side-by-side fridge. You can't get that. They're going to restrict everything you do. Oh, you need gas to go to work in the morning? Guess what? You put your Fed Now card in that gas pump, and you're only allowed $5 worth of gas today. You got $50 last week. You hit your budget for the month. They'll also be able to shut your vehicle down when you're driving it, and it'll go totally dead. How do you like that now, huh? You're losing your freedom. You're losing your individuality. You're losing your liberties. You're losing your freedom to be able to buy what you want, when you want, anytime you want. Do not accept this Fed Now card. Because once they get this all under their, how should I say, everything under their control, then after that, they're going to come out with the CBDC, the central bank digital currency. Once they do that, they will have full control over you on everything you do, where you can go, where you cannot go, what you can buy, what you cannot buy, everything. They will automatically take out the money that you pay, whether it be for a mortgage or a rent. They will automatically take out the funds out of your account that they're going to have for you. And they're going to let you know, oh, you got to pay your insurance. Okay, that's taken care of. Oh, you need TV this month. Oh, you want that pay-per-view event? Sorry, you can't get it now. You can only get your basic cable, and that's your local channels. You cannot get your A&E or TNT or ESPN. No, you get what they tell you can get, not what you want. You're losing your freedoms daily here, people. They want full control of you and everything that you do. You have to make sure that you refuse this Fed Now card, because that's going to be attached to this CBDC that I'm talking about. I warned you people for months now to buy food. Get the things that you need. Excuse me 1 second. Oh, it's on my head. I just got a message here. Let's see. do you think they will introduce this digital currency in the U.S.? Okay, Larry C., they're talking about the Fed card now, that they are going to start pushing in some of your big banks as soon as here in April. Then most banks will have this FedNow card in June or July. After they have that, they are talking about anywhere between July and the first of next year that they are going to be pushing this CBDC. Once they push this central bank currency, you're screwed. The only way that we could stop this FedNow card or the CBDC is to not accept it. Tell everybody we will not accept it. Tell everybody not to get it, not to take it. They're going to send it to you in the mail, just like a regular credit card, and the banks will initiate the CBDC. Yes, it is coming sooner than anticipated. Now, what I'm going to put here on the screen to show you is this phone number right here is the White House phone number. This will get you any politician that is in our government, whether it be the House or the Senate. You can call this number. It's 202 224 3121. Larry C. says it's hard to resist. The masses are asleep. Oh, trust me, they are starting to wake up now. A lot of people. There are a lot of live streams here, even on YouTube, where a lot of channels are being deleted here on YouTube because people are speaking the truth. YouTube doesn't like it. And what do? Well, they give you a strike, or they cancel you, or they just delete your channel. I have had 4 channels here on YouTube. 3 of them have been deleted. I have this channel, and I have another channel as a backup, which I should have put in my description. I'll do that later. But the only way we can stop this is not to accept it. If you call the politicians with this number right here, you'll get the operator at the White House. She will be able to get you right to whoever, whatever politician, doesn't make any difference what state, whatever politician you want, this operator at this phone number will get you to that politician that you want to speak to. You can call back 500 times and talk to over 500 politicians that we have in our Congress and our Senate. Tell them you do not approve of the FedNow card or CBDC here in the United States. This is the only way that we can fight this. With all this stuff that's going on, I have warned you over and over, people. What's going to happen here is they are even going to go ahead, like I say, with this inflation that they're pushing now. What's going to happen? Everything else is going to start going up. Your food prices are going to go up another 10 to 60%, 50% by June. I will guarantee it. The gas prices are already over $3.20 some cents in my local area. If I go 20 miles south or east, excuse me, they're paying over $3.40 a gallon right now. Prices are going up on gasoline, and I live in Central Florida. It's hard to resist. It is hard to resist, but you have to have a way to pay your bills. Now, I've warned everybody in the past to buy silver, to buy gold if you have enough money to buy gold. Gold will keep your wealth. Silver you can use, and there's already some states here in the United States that are accepting silver as payment. Be aware, you buy the silver, the price is going to start going up. It's already gone up a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. I bought silver back when it was like $18 to $20 an ounce. I just bought another couple of ounces, 3 ounces, 2 weeks ago? I was paying $25 an ounce. You have to figure the spot price is a little bit higher. And you get that back when you cash it in, if you want to cash it in. But you have to be aware. Silver will be the next currency here in the United States, because they're going to kill your fiat $1, which all you're going to do is be able to wipe your butt with it. Use it as a fire starter. It's not going to be worth anything. Yep, gold and silver are good. How about crypto like XRP? You can get XRP. I'm not sure how that's going to go though. Bitcoin, I do have some Bitcoin. The only problem is, if this government gets as sly as they are getting today, what if they decide to go ahead and do the same thing they're doing with the electricity around these different states, brownouts and blackouts? Go ahead and kill your internet service or block you from being able to get a hold of these crypto companies to get your to cash in on your cryptocurrencies, whether it be the XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin, you name it. I mean, there's a lot of things to worry about here. As for myself, I would recommend that, first of all, the first thing I would do, and I've warned everybody about this for quite a while, get your food in order. Canned food. Buy canned food, vegetables, soups, things of that nature. Get your get your herbs, spices, salt, pepper, flour, yeast. I mean, this is going to be to the point where you're going to have to get ready. This is going to be something where we're going to say we're going to be going back to basics. People, my grandfather had a restaurant during the Great Depression. He lost that restaurant. It was a real fine dine restaurant. He told me what happened and how the economy crashed when the first Great Depression happened. Yep, I stacked up on food. I would recommend seeds as well. Yes, you're right, Larry. Seeds are a good thing to do. I myself have vegetables growing right now. I have tomatoes that are, I'm getting, I must have 2 dozen tomatoes right now that are almost totally ripe. I have squash that's growing right now. Peas. I got a bunch of different vegetables that are growing right now. Um, since I live in Florida, the temperatures are warm enough where I could do that. But I'm going to be growing vegetables all summer long. Another thing, let me reach down here if I can find it. Okay, it's down the very bottom. Yeah, 1 second. I want to recommend a book that you should purchase. The reason why I'm suggesting this book will tell you everything how to live, whether it's grid down, how to grow, how to do jams, how to do all kinds, you name it. It tells you how to do everything. This book is Back to Basics. This is a good book. It tells you everything you want to know. See, you could see from splitting wood to building a home, building a log cabin, building a rock home, building all of this stuff. Back to Basics. This is edited by Abigail R. Gearing. Okay? This book has everything you'd want to know about living a life in a depression or building, doing anything, trying to dig a well, all of that stuff. Everything is in this book. I suggest you purchase it, okay? It's simple. I bought it and I got it within a couple of days through, I think it was Amazon. People, we're not dealing with, oh, okay, it's going to be all right and everything's going to be good. No, everything is not going to be good anymore. Things are going to change. This is why I'm saying we're going to be going back to basics, just like that book says. You're going to have to change the way you live. This is why I suggest purchasing food, canning your food. I have canned ground beef. I have made uh, meatballs in tomato sauce. I have canned pork chops, chicken breasts, um, potatoes, different vegetables. This last St. Patrick's Day, I canned some corned beef and some corned beef brisket. I bought 2 of those for St. Patty's Day. One was for my uh, uh, St. Patty's Day dinner with the potatoes, carrots, and cabbage and all that stuff in a crock pot. The other one, I went ahead, put that meat in canning jars, put it in my Instapot Max that does canning. I did it in pint jars. Boom, done, over. People, you need to prepare. If you have food, that's fine. I have well over a year's worth of food. I've been doing this for well over 40 years now, and of course, rotating my stock and everything, because I always stayed within my expiration dates on the foods. Some people, they'll wait a little longer. That's fine and dandy, but watch what you do. One time I had a can of, what was it, cream of chicken soup. It was a couple of years after the expiration date. I cooked it up. I ate it. Guess what? I threw it all right up. I was sicker than a dog for a good couple of hours after that. That cream of chicken Campbell's soup went bad. It didn't last. It had to be something to do with the cream that's mixed with the chicken and all that good stuff, the noodles and stuff in that. I would avoid that. Your regular chicken noodle soup, that's different. That should last well past the expiration date. Canned meats is another thing. Whether, let's see here. I don't know if I could get to something real quick or not here. Give me a second. Let me see what I got here. It's not in that cabinet. Here we go. You can buy Keystone beef, chicken, pork, turkey. You can also buy things like this at Wally World, okay? Roast beef and gravy. This is really good, I'll tell you. Also, pulled pork, okay? This is also, I get that at Wally World, all right? Canned chicken. I used to buy the 4-pack of canned chicken at Wally World, okay? It used to cost me $6.40. Now, today's price, $9.86, I believe it is. It's almost $10 for 4 cans of chicken. But, like my motto is, it's better to have and not need than to need and not have, okay? Buy your rices, buy your beans, buy the things you like, okay? But remember, get it now while you can, because prices are going to go higher. And once this banking system starts collapsing, what you have is all you're going to have. Also, I would recommend stocking up on your ammunition. If you get whatever you can, you should have anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 rounds per weapon in your home, minimum. Okay? These are things that you need to get now. You must prepare. I have warned you about this in the past. I had people calling me a fearmonger. I've had channels deleted because of misinformation and everything else, because I was trying to tell people what to do, how to prepare. This channel here, I'm hoping this stays good. If it doesn't, well, then the only other channel I have left here on YouTube is American Freedom Fighters, which I've only done a couple of videos on. But on this channel here, Nomad Prepper 2, I used to have Nomad Prepper, Nomad Prepper 1, One Liberty, One Freedom. Gone. YouTube deleted me on those. This is why I suggest people, you have to buy things. Do you have a generator? Do you have your own power sources? Because of these blackouts and brownouts that they're doing across this country. I have 2 generators, plus I have 1,200 watts of solar, plus batteries and all that other stuff, like I say, to power this whole RV. I'm good to go. Are you good to go? If you have a regular generator, do you have enough gas to run that generator? Okay? These are things that you got to take into consideration. We're coming up on some very, very hard times. Do you have oil and filters for your vehicle? Do you have brake pads, air cleaners, things like that? These are things to get, and even auto parts stores are having a hard time even keeping these parts in stock. All right. If you can get them, I suggest you get them. Wally World is about the cheapest I have found for motor oil for your vehicles. Oh, another thing I want to bring up. Do you have chainsaws, weed whackers, things of that nature? Do you have bar oil for your chainsaw? Do you have the little bottle 2 ounce mix that you mix with your gas oil mixtures? Do you have backups for that? A lot of people don't think about things like that. What do you have? Do you have candles for light at night? Well, solar lights that you have out in your lawn in your front yard, you can bring that inside at night and that'll give you light. I'm not sure how strong the batteries are in that solar light, but it may last all night. Then again, it may last a few hours. A new solar light for outside would work fine for light in your home. You could take a can of lard and stick a wick down into that. That'll last you better than 72 hours. Just burning 24/7. It's also a good heat source. Do you have a kerosene stove for heat in the colder climates up north? That's another good thing to have. Let's see here. Do you have kerosene lamps and kerosene to go in those kerosene lamps? That's another thing you should be having. People, it's time to wake up because this government has turned tyrannical. They've been corrupt for a while, but it's getting worse. Right now, we're at a stalemate. Republicans on one side in the House, Democrats in the Senate. What are they doing? They're butting heads. Not much is going to get done for the next year and a half at least. So you can count on there being problems. I'm going to tell you that right now. We're to the point now, and this is why I say I have warned you all about this. You must be prepared. I know you go ahead and you could listen to the government and no matter what state you're in, if you have tornadoes, hurricanes, blizzards, whatever, oh, 3 days worth of food. Are you kidding me? Here in Florida, we have a hurricane. There's been times when I've been out of power for 21 days. What are you going to do then? Do you have power sources? Do you have things to heat up your food? Do you have a water supply so you can clean? I go to my local public supermarket. Most of your major big supermarkets, you could buy the 5 gallon jugs of water, the blue 5 gallon jugs, like they use at water dispensers and offices and all that stuff. Those are a good thing to have. That water will last. Not like your gallon jugs where the chemicals from the plastic will leach into the water. You want those 5 gallon jugs that are bluish in color. Then this way, those are made to store water, and the plastic jugs do not leach chemicals into that water. Do you have water filters? Now, why I'm touching on that source, look what happened up in East Palestine, Ohio. Okay. When they lit those tankers on fire, that contaminated over 1,000 square miles. I'm going to tell you that. It killed off wildlife. It killed off fish. It's killed people's pets. People that live in that area are still having itchy eyes, burning throat, burning lungs, skin rashes. Their whole area is contaminated. One day the government says, "Oh, buy bottled water. You'll be good for a day or two, and then you'll be able to drink your tap water." Then they go ahead and after they're drinking the tap water, "Oh, wait, you better go back to the bottled water." Oh, you know what? They're killing these people. These are all cancer causing agents. There's a lot of things going on right now in this country, and they keep you on, oh, Trump might get arrested. He's not going to get arrested. Bragg, whatever the hell his name is, that district attorney, he went ahead and he's been getting so much pushback from the politicians throughout this country. He went ahead and he finally come out on video on a news channel and says, "Oh, well, we don't have enough evidence to go ahead and indict him." Yeah, you think? This is just throwing everything off, keeping our minds off of what the scammers in this Democratic administration are doing to this country, keeping us off of the corruption of Biden, the Biden family. I'll put it that way. All these corrupt deals they've made over the years. He should be in jail. Him and his whole family should be in Gitmo, and they should be sitting in a cell. They shouldn't be running this country at all. So, on that note, and different things that I want to touch on to get back to this FedNow card and this cryptocurrency. Like I stated, if they push this as early as in April, do yourself a favor, refuse it. If your bank offers it to you, return that card to the bank. Say, no, I'm going to stay with my regular debit card. I don't want this. This is garbage as far as I'm concerned. If people get this message, and please like, subscribe, and share my channel. I can't even talk right because I get over anxious on this. You need to refuse this. If you refuse this FedNow card, because they're going to try and push that and then say, oh, okay, we got these people, we got all their information. Now we'll put their information into this for the cryptocurrency, the CBDC, the cryptocurrency they're trying to push. Excuse me, I got a little fruit fly flying around here. Excuse me. This is the time for you all to wake up. If we get to the point where people accept this, then guess what? They're going to override us. That's when your silver and your gold are going to come into play. Another thing I want to mention, do you smoke tobacco? You might say no. Okay, I'll tell you what. You go to your local, what do they call it? Oh, heck, you can go to these local stores that sell tobacco in the bags. Buy yourself bags of tobacco. When you buy one bag of tobacco, go ahead and buy 2 cartons of tubes that go with that tobacco. Or the Bugler rolling papers with the Bugler tobacco. I'll tell you what, when this turns into an SHTF situation and these stores start collapsing because they're not going to have no way of getting products, guess what? Good barter. Tobacco, there's a lot of people that smoke that tobacco. Or even buy the cans of dip. A lot of people, a lot of rednecks, boy, they love that dip. They're going to go crazy if they ain't got it. Another thing, liquor is a good barter item. So I would suggest you go and get out and purchase liquor. Whiskey, Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker, get your scotch, vodka, gin, rum. If you purchase these things, they're good barter items. Those are items where you leave the bottle sealed, then they'll last you forever. Even bottles of wine, keep it sealed. It's going to last pretty much forever. Oh, I got a train coming through. Hang on a second. It's going to overpower me if it gets too loud here. It's already getting too loud. I got to deal with that almost every hour in the hour, people. I worry about a train derailment here. There have been trains that have gone past me over here across the street from me, and there have been white tankers where you hear leaking out of these containers. It gets awful scary out there, people. You don't know what they're releasing into the air. They're contaminating our soil, our wildlife, our pets, us in particular. They're killing us off. And we could talk about chemtrails and all that other stuff, but I'll leave that for another video. I'm getting to the point where people, we have to be aware of what's happening out there. There's a lot of dangers, and our government isn't telling us, or they're not protecting us. The EPA, they don't care about you and me. Our government does not care about us anymore. They'd rather go ahead and put borders up in Romania, over in Poland, over in Ukraine, but they'll go ahead and leave ours wide open. That's another problem we have in this country. We have to put a stop to all of this, because guess what? Look what's happening with that school shooting. Now you got these transgenders that say that they're going to go ahead and beat up Christians around the country. I'll tell you what, I don't think that's going to work out too good for these people. They forget we have weapons and we know how to use them. I am a concealed carrier. If I have anybody that tries to attack me with a baseball bat, guess what? Before they get that close to me, I guarantee I'm going to be filling them full of lead, because I will not put up with that, and I will protect myself and or friends and family as well. People, you have to take this all into consideration. We're going to go into some very rough times here real soon, and it's a lot sooner than we all think. Like I say, I warned you all about this. Please stock up on everything. Get your batteries as well. I forgot to mention that. Get all these different things that you wouldn't usually use. Buy what you need. Even get a new battery for your vehicle if your battery is older than a year old. These are things that you need to get. People, I'm not going to stay on here much longer. I will be on doing a live stream again on Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Not sure what my topic is going to be about, but I guarantee it's going to get very interesting. Like I stated, there's a lot of people here on YouTube. They're getting their channels deleted or watching their numbers drop like crazy. I don't have enough subscribers to even be able to get monetized, to get paid for this information I put out. I'm doing this for free. This is my time. I do have a buy me a coffee link. If you want to support me, go in the description, hit that link. You can buy me a coffee. You can become a member. Anything you'd like to do to help support me here on Nomad Prepper 2. Anyway, I'm going to let this go for tonight. People, pray up, prep up, get the things you need now, because trust me, between next month and June or July, we're in for one hell of a show here. Strap up and get ready. Get the things you need now, like I say. Everybody, take care. God bless America. God bless everybody around this world. We're in for a rude awakening here real shortly. Get what you need. I will see you all Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. Take care and have a good night. God bless. See you Tuesday. Nomad Prepper, Tony D, out for now.